Okay, so let us start the class. In today's coding class, let us start the class. So in today's coding class, I'm going to explain Python project, which is marriage related app. Okay, so if anybody is interested, they can come into log into Zoom. Okay, already I have provided the Zoom class link. That is the permanent Zoom class link. Anybody is desirous to join the classes by simply install Zoom app in your mobile and even the computers, and they can join into so that they can watch my classes on the screen. Okay, if they are in the WhatsApp group, they can only listen my voice only. Okay, so let us start. As I told you that these classes all are being conducted under my Lakshmi Narayan Krishna Foundation thrice of a week, 3 days of a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sharply at 8 p.m. Today is Saturday, 4th January, sorry, 4th March, 2026, sharply at 8 p.m. So today's class is what you know under in Python, how to develop the projects. In the previous classes, we tried to understand different topics in the different languages. It may be Java, Python, C, C++, front end HTML, CSS, JavaScript, back end any Python, Java, SQL, structured query language. So we have studied lot of topics. So as I told you that once you have studied any programming language in your curriculum of BTech, otherwise BCA, MCA, wherever, without developing the projects, your knowledge is incompleted until unless you don't have proper knowledge by developing the projects developing the projects is very compulsory. Suppose really if you want to get the job in the companies, software companies, it may be any service based company, product based company, so multinational company, any wherever, if you want to really get the job, so coding is compulsory. Until unless if you don't have right coding for yourself, it is very difficult to get the job. Because in your colleges, wherever in throughout the India, wherever you are studying in the colleges as a computer software engineering, otherwise ECE, other disciplines, other streams like what mechanical, civil engineering, wherever the coding is compulsory. Some students, what they do, they if they will not get the seat in the computer science engineering, they will get in the stream whichever is available right now. It may be ECE, triple E like electrical, electronic engineering, and then they improve their communication programming skills and they will become the software developer. So to become a software developer, by studying of the theory knowledge that is not adequate, that is insufficient for you, you need to study the theory, and apart from the theory you need to develop your coding skills, and you need to implement that coding knowledge by designing of the projects. So that is very important. Project means any type of project. It may be any in the real world, in the market, whatever the needs of the public. See, stock management, banking app, a marriage related app like shadi.com, matrimonial sites, Telugu matrimonial, stock management. So many stock managements are there. That is what your commercial app, like what your Swiggy, Zomato, Flipkart, DMart, so many Mintra, so many shopping apps are there, commercial apps. So you need to, what do you need to do? You need to understand the public client needs, and as per his needs, you need to develop the software, application software. It may be depend upon their need. It may be mobile app, whether it is maybe any computer desktop app, like it works over the computer desktop, otherwise the laptops. If they are mostly Android, that is what Windows operating system based. If any mobile apps, Android operating system apps are there, Apple operating system apps are there. So like that, different apps will be applications software will be developed as per the user requirement. Okay, so today's class, I'm going to explain a project which is created for the marriage application to register the profile details of the bride and bridegroom with their even the photo also. Okay, so let us start the class. How I have designed this total code in the Python, and the libraries I have used for the Python. That is what one is Tkinter, a Tkinter library, which will be mostly used for desktop GUI graphic user interface applications. And one more library, SQLITE3, it is like SQL, structured query language, mostly used in Python inbuilt. You need to import once you are working in, like I will show the code, like see here. See, at the top of code, I'm going to code window. This is the code window here. At the starting point, I have written the code like this. See, import Tkinter. Tkinter mostly used for what purpose? It is a library of Python used with GUI applications, desktop GUI applications. Okay. Next, message box. It is imported from the Tkinter. Tkinter message box to display the pop-up the message, like code. Once you have written the code, credentials, username, password you have mentioned, so you have successfully log into the, like that message will be generated pop-up to pop up the messages. SQLITE3, this is the SQL of Python language to work with database. Okay, to create the database, to create the tables, and whatever the data you store, that will be stored in your database. Okay, in table format, rows and columns. And one more TTK, that is a part of your Tkinter library. TTK will be used to work with drop down elements like your list box, drop down list box, text box, okay, combo boxes. So pill, import pill. Pill is what? Python image library. Pill stands for Python image library, which will be used to work with images. Okay, and within that image is used to work with images, because Tkinter directly is not, it is not able to directly work with images. So here image will work with images. Okay, so now come to the total coding. How generally, as I told you, that once you want to become a software engineer, it is entirely depend upon your dedication, how much of you can sit in front of the computer and you can write the code, whether you are concentrate over the code. That is very important. Otherwise, no, it is very difficult, because you must have a lot of focus over the topics. So by this total code, see this much of code written. So here, so much of so many applications, that is what functions created. Somewhere if else statements, conditional statements are there. Come somewhere, that is what try and except blocks, which are mostly used in exception handling. So many functions created with the def keyword. If else, okay, conditions are used. And this is the one function used, upload photo function. Okay, next I will show so many, that is what form elements. What are the form elements? This is the login form. See here, login form. Generally, what is the use of login form? For any software, application software, login form is very compulsory. Without the login form, your anybody can directly log into your system in your app, and the data can be taken by them. It is one type of theft of your software. Okay, so for that, login form is very compulsory. Until unless you don't have right credentials, username, password, so nobody can join. If anybody wants to join, he doesn't know the username, password, he wouldn't be able to join into the it may be banking app, it may be any software stack management app, any hospital management app, any hotel management app. For any application, login form is very compulsory. So who can log into the system? Whomever have the right password and username. Okay, now password username is equal to admin. Okay, generally that is the admin. Okay, so then password. So once I have passed the password, that will not be shown. That will be shown as asterisks, as in stars, all stars. Means password that will not be shown to anybody, whomever watching. So click on login button. This is login button. Background color, it is for this form. This is called total form. Background color light blue. And within this is the magic of the software. This is the slideshow. Within that, if you keep the images, photos, JPEG images, okay, that images will be shown by in a slideshow. One by one, the images will be shown, which will be related with, because this app is related with the marriage registration. So the images which are related with the marriage, you can keep all that images in any number of images, and they will be shown one by one after an interval time 2000 milliseconds I have given. After 2000 millisecond, every see here under the that is slide show function, code written under the slide show function, start slide show function. This is the function created def keyword. Generally in Python, if any function is created with the def keyword. So how much of delay time? 2000 milliseconds. 2000 milliseconds. So this delay field, what here images before loading of this image. Before loading of this image, what happened? First, user interface, UI. Two terms you will generally listen in the programming: UI and UX. UI means user interface. UX means user interaction. Interface, interaction. Both are different things. User interface means whatever you are looking in front of you, you want to interface. User interaction means UX. User experience. How the user feeling experience once he's using the tab. So here, a 2000 millisecond delay kept in the programming under the function start slide show. 2000 millisecond delay. So this delay will ensure that initially this user interface will be loaded, and then start of image slideshow. Okay, so login is a button, and that button, see, so once your credentials, username and password kept right, you have entered right username and password, you can be able to enter into the next form. That is the main form. Within that, your registration, which is the registration of a bride and bridegroom. Details, that is generally we will call biodata, otherwise profile detail of a bride and bridegroom. Okay, whether her name, date of birth, age, okay, a qualification, presently whether she is working, where she is working, in any company name, salary, Uchi Sakha, Yadava, and subcaste, Ala Sakha, Yarra Sakha, Puja Sakha, Pakanati, Karna Sakha, whether they are Modi, Namadarlu, and education, mother name is what, father, which district they are residing, residential address is what, height is what, phone number, job, salary, such type of all the information related with a profile. It may be bride and bridegroom, that will be entered in the registration form. And whenever you, and then photo also, upload photo. So this is the total uh, profile information of a bride and bridegroom. And whenever you upload the photo and submit that. So once you have submitted, the total details will be stored in a database. In a database, that database will be created by SQLITE3. I have told that imported. I have SQLITE. This SQLITE3, which will this is a library which will be work. This library we can work with databases. It comes with the Python. Okay, so whenever you have entered the data, that will be stored inside of the that is what your database. I will show how. Okay, see here. First of all, see what happened. See here. So this is the initial application form. So here, suppose if you want to store anybody data. సార్ ఎవరు నాగరాజు సార్ అక్కడి నుంచి ఇలా జాయిన్ అయ్యారు సార్. మీరు మీ పిల్లలు చదువుతున్నారా? ప్రోగ్రామింగ్, కోడింగ్, బీసీఏ, ఎంసీఏ, బీటెక్ కాలేజీలో చదువుతున్నారా? వాళ్ళకి ఉపయోగపడతాయి. సరే, సో ఇక్కడ మనం నేమ్ మెన్షన్ రాజు. రాజు ఈజ్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ బ్రైడ్ అండ్ బ్రైడ్ గ్రూమ్. మేబీ ఎనీ రాజు ఈజ్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ గ్రూమ్. సో హీస్ డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్, you take the date of birth, anything like what, 12 August, okay? 12 August 95, 98, whatever. Gender, male, okay? Otherwise, female. Phone number, take any phone number. You have stored any phone number. And district, suppose he is from Kadapa district, okay? Kadapa. And height, suppose 5 feet 8 inches. 5 feet 8 inch. Okay. Next, father name is suppose Raja Babu. Raja Babu is his father name, and mother name is Lakshmi somewhat. Okay, Lakshmi. And education, he has studied BTech, computer science engineering, CSC. Job, he is working in Hyderabad in a company like Wipro. Okay, Wipro company he is working. And location where Hyderabad, HYD. So salary, what he is earning 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs per annum. Subcaste, he is from Karnasaka. Karnasaka. Gotram, suppose he is Gotlu Gotram. Gotlu. So like that, remarks, you can write any remarks. He is unmarried, otherwise second marriage, divorced, second marriage, like that, any comments. And presently he is residential, origin from Kadapa, but presently he is residing in Hyderabad, settled there. Comments, remarks, any special remarks are there, so you can keep there. So upload photo, click on this upload photo. Once you have click over here and store the take photo of the personal, any so that is the JPE photo. JPEG, that is the best. Okay, so suppose this is the photo. So once the photo you have upload, that photo will be present in front of you, so that you can confirm that this is the right photo you are submitting. Okay, so that photo will be displayed in front of you, so that you can understand that this is the right photo. And then once you confirm with that, then submit. So record is submitted, and click on this view profile. You go there, you will get that total record of that groom. Okay, so if you felt that if you want to change anything, because then after his location changed, job location changed to Hyderabad to Chennai, then you go into that particular record, click on edit. So that information will be shown in front of you. Here you can store in place of location, job location Hyderabad, Chennai. Okay, Chennai. If any salary hiked for 10 lakhs to 12 lakhs, so you can 12 lakhs. Now update. So that information will be updated in that record. You can go into that record, salary 12 lakhs, his job location change it to Chennai, Hyderabad to Chennai. So any record, if you want to delete any record, you can delete any record. If you want to delete, like suppose this record, if you want to delete, simply click. Suppose row number 26 record. If you want to delete, click on the delete, and it will ask for the confirmation whether really you want to delete this profile. Yes. Okay. So go into profile. This is the window where you will get all that profiles. Okay, deleted. That profile is deleted. So coming to the main form here, once you have stored all the data of any record, any profile, and submit, after submission of the photo, uploading a photo and submit. So your record, your data will be stored in the database. Database is what I told you. The database looks what? Database is nothing but it is the data stored in the form of table. Table is what, horizontal lines and vertical lines. Horizontal lines are called records and vertical lines are called columns. Columns, otherwise fields. Horizontal lines are called records, otherwise rows. Vertical lines are called fields, otherwise columns. So table is a combination of horizontal and vertical lines, means columns and rows. So if database is what, so many tables are created in a database. So one database is the collection of so many tables. If there is only one table is there, still it is a database. It doesn't mean database means no need to having lot of tables. If there is only one table, so the table is part of your database. Okay. So for the database, I have used the one interesting library of Python, SQLITE3. Okay. For Tkinter, that is what Tkinter, that is the GUI application library. GUI means what, graphical user interface library. So for that library, I have used in Python Tkinter library. So by that, what you can do, generally we can do the magic with the GUI, graphical user interface. It is mostly used for the developing of the GUI applications. That is the right thing. So see how the form is looking very nice, very nice. It is looking very beautiful here. So once data is stored, it may be the bride and bridegroom, you can join into you can submit after uploading of the photo. So once it is uploaded, you can view the total data by simply clicking on the view button. So here you will get all the details of the profile. If you want to change any profile, simply if you want to change this bridegroom, అబ్బాయి వరుడు డాటా నువ్వు చేంజ్ చేయాలంటే just you click on over edit button, and then you can fill the total data and update. By update, the data will be saved. Okay. So next, so see, by this search, different searches are there. This is called very efficient search. This is called list box, and this is the list box. This is the wherever you are getting a list of fields. This is the list of fields, and it is the list box, and this is the text box. So it is the combination of combo box. Okay. So on the basis of subcaste puja. So how many records are there who are related with the puja shakha? So all that record, how many puja shakha? Only one. Because of here now, right now I have not uh, entered more data. If there is 5,000, 10,000 records are there, 10,000 bride and bridegroom profiles are there, that moment you need to use efficient queries. The queries will be used mostly, the queries can be generated in the SQL, structured query language. In Python, what is SQL? SQLITE3, which is the default inbuilt SQL in Python. So by SQLITE3, we can generate a very efficient queries like this. Here only one record find Puja Shakha. Okay. Any query you can generate. Any query it may. If it may be over So any by any query, like what is subcast query, and the salary query, what salary, how much of salary, if any person who is working with the salary of 20 lakhs, simply you enter 20 lakhs. So by clicking over the search button, all that records, all that data which is related with the bride and bridegroom, they will be displayed on the screen with their salary details. Here, salary 20 lakhs, one fellow, because of no, as I told you that I have not loaded all that profiles. Okay. If I loaded all the data of 5,000 records, 5,000 information of all the bride and bridegroom. Within that, if I want to find out that Ala Sakha, how many boys are there, male category. So simply I will search, okay, if I keep male Ala Sakha, how many? Okay, so total Ala Sakha boys, male category will be shown. So that is called one query. So like that, okay. If I want to know all the girls who are from Kakinada, okay, and Kakinada from Ala Sekha. So all by that query, all the Ala Sekha who are residing in East Godavari. So total records will be fetched from the database and shown on the display. So these are called SQL queries. So I have efficiently implemented in this software. So whomever wants to attend my class, please come into join into the Zoom and download Zoom in your mobile, otherwise computer also, so that you can directly come into my classes and you can watch all that magic I am showing on the screen. Maybe it is today's class one project I have created in Python language, which is related with our marriage, because I am running Vasu Yadav, running a Yadava Parichaya Vedika. So this software I have designed in Python, which can be efficiently used for the purpose of our organization to store the data in electronic form. Generally, what happened, if I want to give somebody else come to me, sir, my boy is late marriage, sir, so that he is in 88, so that any suitable bride, I need to check back all that hard copy, because so many hard copy I have written, bundles of books completed and keeping side. Okay, it may be all the data, it may be any late profiles, all of that. Somebody else are asking, suppose this somebody else, he is attending from Nellore, his son is BDS completed. So he is asking me, sir, my son has completed BDS, so that any suitable girl in my Nellore district, otherwise nearby districts, like that. That moment I need to refer that books. Okay, I need to refer that. So this software I have developed, basically, as I told you that I am a software engineer who has kept 30 years service in the Indian Army. So I have developed this software, and this will be used. It will be useful to so many marriage platforms also, because of in Andhra Pradesh and both Telugu states, so many platforms are there, marriage bureaus are there, they are running, and this is very useful to them. If they need, and they consult me, my number is 911039 So this marriage registration app will be useful to them. So myself, I want to provide the software solutions to the market. It may be small scale, medium scale. Okay, depend upon their scalability and depend upon their enterprise solutions. Okay, so we will develop the software, and I will provide as per the reasonable cost. Okay, reasonable cost. So that app will be so useful. Somebody is running a hotel, building software he need. There he wants to manage the hotel. Okay, presence of he wants to take the attendance of the staff in college. Okay, student and staff daily. That is what absence and presence. Okay, so like there's so many student management software in colleges, student managed software, hotel management software, stock management, banking apps, what like what simulator, somewhat simulator. So can so many as per the user requirement, we can develop the software. As per the user requirement, we can develop this development the software. So in any medical shop, stock management, how much of medicines he has purchased in this month, April's first month stock taking. So once he is adding the stock, so before the balance stock what? So by including of now present stock is what? Every day how much of sales? Okay. By that how much of income? So like that's so much of data we need to develop the projects in either Python, Java, C++, any language. So I suggest the parents, if anybody is your boy and girl, they are studying in somewhere else in the colleges. I don't know actually how they are really very cautious towards their classes. I don't know how much infrastructure is available in their colleges. I hope that so many colleges are running without any proper infrastructure. Really, this is the problem nowadays facing. Because of now, due to the boom of this software, more of the parents, they want to join their students in their engineering colleges, but they are not searching for the right engineering colleges and they don't have adequate knowledge about their colleges. That is the condition. So generally they will join their children, boy and girl, and if there is no any proper infrastructure, if there is a proper infrastructure, still the boy is not very interested and the girl is not interested to join the classes, and she and he may not focus their attention over the classes. Generally, there may be lack of understanding of the topics. So suppose once you have joined any engineering colleges as a software engineer from any stream, it may be ECE, CSE, triple E, anywhere. Suppose in further, if you want to switch yourself, if you want to set your career in the software, otherwise artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So surely you must be aware of a lot of coding knowledge. That is right. So I hope that these classes will be so useful to all of you, whomever watching my classes, whether somebody else attended, not attended, doesn't mean. Once it is being recorded, and once I kept in the different groups we have, Yadava group, so any group, once I have kept, you can contact me through my number 9110398650. I want to conduct the online classes in forthcoming sessions, because of later classes will be fresh session from 2026. It will be started in I think June, July. So that moment before this, I want to create some groups so that online classes will be conducted with reasonable prices in comparison to Ratnam, Naresh, Q Spider, which are running in Hyderabad. Okay, they are taking a lot of money. From my side, I want to provide affordable cost. And within that class, I want to provide the classes for front end. That is what curriculum of the topics, what front end, back end. Front end, what HTML, CSS, JavaScript. For the back end, what JS, that is what your Java, Python, okay, and SQL. Even the JavaScript can also be used as a backend. Because so many topics we will be covered within the time will be decided. So anybody can communicate with me. Number is what 9110398650. So now come to the point. Here, this software, how I have designed. Come to the point. So as I told you that these are the libraries used here, and PIL is what? PIL means Python image library, which will be used to work with images, because this is what Tkinter library, GUI library, which will not be directly work with images. So this image will be used to work with images. So see here this slideshow, which is how this slideshow is going on. Here the code written for slideshow here. This is the slideshow, okay, and This is the function within this for this delay of time given for initially user user that is what your user interface elements. User interface elements are this frame. Frame has these labels, text boxes, these photos, these buttons. These are all called user interface UI that will be loaded first, and this delay time ensures that first user interface will be loaded, then images. This slideshow. Okay. So comes to the next point, code written for so many functions here. As I told you that this SQLITE3, how to write the code to connectivity, database connectivity, SQLITE3.connect. Here the database, which database? Okay, this database is created. Okay, within this project in your computer. Okay, this is the code written. Okay, this code written for what? Cursor is equal to cone dot cursor. It is written for what? To run the SQL queries. You can comment here. Comment. That is what SQL queries to run SQL queries. Okay. Next is what? See, this is what this code written for database creation. Database creation. Okay. So next, tables created. Table. So you create table. If not exists, user table. User table, login form, user table. So login form only two username and password. Two fields will be there. How many fields will be there? Only two fields will be there. That is part of your login form. Credentials, only two, username and a password. Username and password. Only two fields are there. So to create the two fields in the code, username, text, okay, create table. If not exist, users will be created. And this code saves the data, code.commit. So for your login form to one user created with this credentials, username and password. If you want to, once your table is created with the columns, once your table is created with the columns, then if you want to add some more columns, so by this code, alter table, so try except blacks, compulsory part of your exception handling. So this what it does, create a column which is salary. Okay, create a column which is subcast. Actually, what happened in the first form, initial form? So initially, these name, date of birth, gender, phone, district, height, father, mother, education, they have been created. At the last, job, location, salary, subcaste, gotra. These three columns have been created at the end. So initially, this table created for this table. Create table, profile table. This is called a profile table. That table what? User table, login user table, username. This is the user to log in to the system. This table created for what? Whom? For the profiles, bride and bridegroom. So what the fields? Name, date of birth, gender, phone, district, father, mother, height, education, job, location. Initially up to location created. Initially up to only location created. So at the end, I have decided to add some more columns: salary, subcaste, gotrams, remarks. So then what we did here, by this code, that is alter table. So alter, once table is created, so by alter table, this code alter try except black under this alter table profiles, add column. Okay, salary. It is text. Okay, data is text. So subcast Gotram remarks. 4 fields have been added. And finally, photo. Photo is added today. As I told you that today photo is added. This photo here, if you want to add a photo of anybody, first fill the name. Okay, if you don't want to fill the name and you have given other data, mother and district, Nellore, whatever. So that moment, what happened if you want to submit? So it asks for name and phone required. Name compulsory, phone compulsory. That is called data validation. Data validation means some fields are compulsory to store the data. Some fields are mandatory. The data, you must fill the data like ID number, a phone number, name compulsory. So some fields are very compulsory. They're called, if you will not store that, it will pop up a message for you. You have not mentioned the details. That is called data validation. So once you have stored a name, Jane is a name. Jane is a name. His date of birth is 12 November 23, and he's a male, and phone number is somewhat like this. District Karnoolu. Okay. And height is what? 5 feet 7 inches. Like what? 5 feet 7 inch. Father is somewhat Raghava. And mother, education is what? Triple E. His job is what? Software, suppose. Otherwise, business analyst. Business analyst. Which company is what? Company Goldman Sachs. Okay. And salary 15 lakhs, suppose. 15 lakhs per annum. Subcast is he is from Pakanati. Pakanati Sekha. Gotram is what? Kanan Gotram. Bogla Gotram. Okay, Bogla. So remarks, if anything, his second marriage, otherwise remarks, non-eater, non-drinker. Okay, he prefers to vegetarian, like that. Any remarks if you want to write here. Otherwise, he is not working. Still, he is searching for a job. Like that, any remarks if you want to provide. And upload photo. Upload photo and take any photo which is JPG. Okay. Any JPG photo, Diwali. Okay. So now it will be displayed in front of you, and click on submit. Your record will be, you see view profile, your record would be here. So if you want to forget, if you have forgotten anything, if you want to amend that and you change that and update, so that will be updated. If you want to delete any record, so delete. From there, click on delete, that record will be deleted. Okay. And then after, if you want to do any efficient searches by caste based, subcaste, job based, district based, if you want to find district, which district, anybody, if you want to district, Krishna district, anybody is there in Krishna district? Krishna, search. So if any record is there, Krishna district, under the district, you can find Krishna district. One person is there. So then you can find that record. Okay. So by that, you can do the efficient search by the fields. And under this gender, if you want to find anybody, whether any boy or girl, female, from Krishna district, otherwise Kadapa district. Okay, if you want to find, so that will be district. So female from any Krishna district and Kadapa district, any, okay, which is CSC. Okay, any female bride, she's from Kadapa and she is CSC, such, no record is there. If you have, see, submit. One girl is Gayatri, so okay, she's from district Kadapa. Okay, she's the female and number is somewhat, phone number is somewhat like this. She's from Kadapa. Height is somewhat 5 foot 5 feet 6 inches. Okay, like that you have written. And photo upload, you have taken the photo, anything, if you have taken any photo, uploaded. The photo is like this. Okay, now you have submitted. Record. Now, if you want to search, okay, if you want to search this female from Kadapa CSC, search, no record. Why? Because you can find Kadapa district. Where is Kadapa? From Kadapa. One female, male. Female is from Kadapa, female. For our data, CSC, location, education, qualification, where is that? Here. So edit education under this, enter CSC. Okay, submit. Now here for this, any female from Kadapa district, she is CSC. Now you will get the record here. Because here, two conditions to be satisfied here. This is called two condition. One is the Kadapa and CSC. Only those girls who are from Kadapa district and they have the qualification of CSC. Two conditions will be satisfied. Then such type of records will be fetched from the database. Here, district base, okay. From it is your choice. Any district name you can provide here. It is text box, but here it is list box. These are list boxes. It is text box. In text box, you can fill as per your choice. Here, only those are in the list, you can select them. Here, if I want to district from Kadapa, so search, no records found. Why? Because on the district Kadapa, I have not written Kadapa, Kada. So mention, not mentioned properly, Kadapa, search. So two records are there from Kadapa. So like that, we can query, efficient query by this app. Okay. And if you want to delete any record by delete ID, show view profile. If you want to delete any record by that, okay, that is what. So code, let us see what I have written. So much of code, which is related with what, code, what code we have written. Total code is very difficult to brief because a lot of code is here. We will study the main. Within 10 minutes, I will brief the total code from the starting. So because of this much of code written, the total code is very difficult to explain because each and every line is difficult to brief. So main events I will brief. This is this much of code written for all of that. Okay. Here, see how much of code written. This much of code. This is the end of the code here. This is the end of the code. Main login window, main loop. So from the starting, I want to brief over. Okay. So initially what? This from Tkinter and message box and that import SQLITE3 and from Tkinter import up to this line of code. Main role is what? Here this pill means Python image library, which will be used to handle the images. Okay. So that images will be used in slideshow. Images will be used in slideshow. Okay, now, and what it does, this will Tkinter used to work with GUI. GUI means GUI application. The GUI application which is having the buttons. Okay, these are the buttons. These are the labels. These are list boxes. This is the combo box. This is the text box. This is the search button. So total the form elements to work with form element GUI and SQLITE3 for database connectivity to create the database. Okay, TTK it is used for styled buttons, drop down device, drop down elements. That is list combo box like list box to work with the drop down elements, and then that is called styled drop down buttons. So next is what slideshow. For the slideshow function, so slideshow function Python by this code start underscore slideshow. By this slideshow function, this function it works for what? It shows images, okay, one by one in the inside of a, it shows images one by one in the label. Okay, in the label, one images will be shown one by one in the label, and initially images will be loaded and they will be resized and convert to Tkinter format. I told you that Tkinter is not able to display images directly. So Tkinter, Tkinter is not able to show the images directly. So who will work on behalf of Tkinter? This image. Okay, in the form of image TK. TK. So next is what loop will be continued after here one after function. Okay, here loop will be continued, delay and update, delay and update. Delay for what? Delay for this images. Initially user interface elements will be loaded, and then after these images will be loaded. Somewhat delay. How much of delay? 2000 milliseconds of a delay. So the 2000 millisecond delay will ensure that user elements like your buttons, frame, list box, text box, combo box, they will be loaded first. Then after marriage images. So the delay to the 2000 millisecond. Okay, loop using after function missing. So needed for PNG. Okay, database connection. Database connection. I told you that the code written here for the database SQLITE3 used. Okay, here cursor for the database connectivity to create the database. This is the code. For this code, cursor is equal to pound.cursor means to run SQL queries. If you have not written this code, your SQL queries will not be executed. Okay, properly. Next is what? Create users table. So users table, I told you that users table, one is that admin has the total rights and users will be allowed to view the database only. So to create that here, this is called users table created by this create. Okay, these two users created username and their information will be stored in the table. So alter table, so salary, subcash, Gotram remarks. Because of that, before the initially table created, initially table created up to only location, then added somewhat new fields I want to create for this Gotram subcaste remarks. And so this code ensures that kept inside of the exception handling try except blanks if already column created. So okay, if not created, column will be created. Ensures that program will not be crashed. Okay. So next, default login user. One user, every user has a password. Credential are created for password. User credentials created as password. Okay. That is what admin and the user. So for here, this select these SQL statements insert. Whenever you are studying about SQL, that is select, insert, update, where class. Okay, like that, so many statements are there. Select for users from select star means all users. Select star means all users from users table where username is equal to this admin password like this 1234. So whenever okay, so users are created with the password admin and password. If no admin exists, so create admin will be created. So main app is from where, that is the main app started from here. This is the main app. Main application window started from, this is the main open main app. It is a function. So this opens after login successfully your credentials. You have filled proper credentials. Your main form will be opened. That is by this function. Okay. Main window Python here written root is equal to main window will be considered as root. Root is part of your Tkinter. Okay. And the title for root is equal to the main window title is equal to marriage app version 1.0. Initially, it is software version 1.0. So then after, if any modification there, version 1.1. Okay, like that. Slideshow started in the main window. Inside of this main window, whatever the slideshow we are showing, we are seeing the slideshow. Inside of this main function, there is that main function. Inside of this main function, we have written the open under main scope within this main app. So here inside of the slideshow also in the main window, here is also one code written for slideshow. Slideshow, here see, slideshow label. Here also somewhat slideshow time. Delay 2000 milliseconds. Okay. So after function used here, so here also this code written for main, two slideshow code written because of inside of this main window, this is the slideshow is going on, and inside of that login form also slideshow is going on. Inside of the login form also one slideshow is going on. Here also slideshow is going on. Okay. So that time also I have briefed that delay, that time 2000 millisecond delay ensures that initially user elements like your this text box, this label, this button, and form will be loaded, the main login form, they will be loaded. Then after images will be loaded. Okay, so once you have written the password, this credential, admin, and then see. So then here inside of the main form and login form, slideshow code written. So for the login form starting code, this is the starting. This is the function start slideshow written at the starting. This is the import area starting. Then slideshow started. This is the code written for login form started at the starting. Okay. Then after one more start slideshow code written inside of the main window, main form. Upload, that is the here. Inside of the main, this is the main application. Open main application. It is a function. Inside of that main application, it is part of your read means main window. Application name, this is marriage app version 1.0. And here code written for slideshow. This is the code written for slideshow with the time delay of 2000 milliseconds. Okay. And then here table is created inside of that. And so here, this will, where is that root dot after 500 millisecond lambda. This code, this line of code start ensures that UI load, UI elements will be loaded first. It ensures that start after UI loads. Who will be started after UI loads? By this, okay, function. So the delay ensures UI loads first. Profile table created. Profile table. This is profile table created. Main data table. Okay. View profiles. Very important. Huh? View profiles to view the profiles. See, for this button, every button is linked with a function. Whenever we click on that function button, that function will be called, and inside of that function, whatever the statements have been written. For any function, so many statements have been written for this function, upload photo, to upload the photo function. Okay, this function is, it works with which button? Upload photo, upload photo. Here one button will be here. See, button, upload button. Button. So this is what update. Okay, one button is this button update. Whenever we click on update, so that update function will be executed. Whenever we click on this button update, for that update code, update function, this is the update function. This update function will be executed inside of this, whatever the statements we have written, all they will be updated. Okay. Next, view profiles. Whenever we click on the view profile, so a new window will be opened. Okay. And that new window will be what? Which type of new window will be opened? Full size. Okay. So that is for canvas plus scroll bars, means here vertical scroll bars, horizontal scroll bars. Displays data like Excel table. This data, it looks like Excel table. Excel, okay, Excel table, rows, horizontal lines are called rows, otherwise records, vertical, they're called like your fields, otherwise columns. Advanced general word canvas dot create underscore window. This code is written for what purpose? See, where canvas dot create in profiles, open profile, view profile. You need to go for view profile function. Where is that U profile function? Start slideshow inside of main window. View profiles. Here, code written canvas dot so that is what generally what happens. Scrollable for the scrollable, vertical scrolling and horizontal scrolling. For vertical scrolling, and because no more records are there, if more than more records are there, that moment this horizontal, vertical and horizontal scroll is functioning. Okay. Edit profile. Edit profile here, once you click on this edit profile, your profile will be, total profile will be in front of you. Okay. So that moment, another window will be open. So data pre-fills. Data pre-fills means already whatever the data in the table that will be shown here. Okay. And here you can user edit. You can edit the data and then save using update by this update button. So submit function. What it does, submit function. Submit function, as I told you that by the submit, once you have entered all the data in the list boxes, text boxes, then whenever you click on before this upload photo is compulsory and then submit. So submit function, what it does, it takes all the input from the fields and validate if any validation is required. Okay, compulsory. Telephone number is compulsory, 10-digit number is compulsory. If you have entered less than 10 digit, okay, 9 digit you have entered, it asks validation. You must, it is very compulsory to fill 10 digits, okay, as a mobile number. And the total data will be inserted into database. Clear fields. Clear fields means once data is stored, and these all fields will be, data will be cleared from the text boxes. Search function. What is the role of this search function? This searches for the gender search. Here search, it is a gender search. Gender search means exact match, male. Okay, male, female, female, male. Otherwise, some type of partial match means using like name John. Okay. So gender John. Okay. Male. Here name, gender name as Krishna. Okay. Male Krishna. Okay. Gender like any John, male gender, female gender, and such. That will be useful. The delete function. Delete particular record if you want to delete. Steps check ID exists by ID based. You have, whenever if you have mentioned the ID, if any ID if you want to delete, this is the if you want to delete this type of this is 31. Okay, once come into here 31 by, this is delete by ID. Delete that record, if message will be pop up, record deleted successfully. Okay, now come to the next update function. Next, deletes. Delete function deletes if check ID exists. If ID is there, it exists are there, and then ID is there, delete. And then show a message that it shows the message that a pop-up window displays and it shows the message your record is deleted. Update function. What is the meaning or use of this update function? Updates name, age, phone, like that. So if you want to update total, here only by update ID, I take a ID. If you can update only name, age, and phone, these three fields. But if you want to update the total row, total record, go here. The total record will be in front of you. You update from here. Okay. So multi-search advanced. Multi-search advanced what? How multi-search? Here that is code is written for multi-search. One function is created for multi-search function that will be used for multi-search like what? 3 or 4 searches included. This is the function for submit function. It will be connected with the submit button. Search. This is the search profiles function. This is the delete profile function. Update profile. Update profile. This function is connected with update button. This function is connected with the delete button. This function is created with search profile, search function, and multi-search. This is the function multi-search. What it provides, this is called dynamic query building. So it does what two conditions, multiple conditions. Okay, gender, district, two conditions, and whenever two conditions are satisfied, that is called multi-search. So that multi-search, that is a dynamic query, like what multi-search advanced. How? So two queries. So gender and district. So those persons are male gender and from district. Two conditions satisfied, that data will be fetched. So that is called multi-search. So gender search one, district search, education. So three conditions. Okay, from where select from profiles. So if gender query and operator used here. Okay, one query is what? Gender query and district and education. And operator used three conditions satisfied. Or operator used means if any one condition satisfied, the data will be record will be displayed. Here until three conditions are not satisfied, so the record will not. This is called multi-layer search. Multi-layer search in multi-layer search and operators or operators will be used. So here conditions added. One is the gender condition, district, education. Three data, three conditions satisfied. Those records will be. This is called one type of professional SQL queries. Okay, UI design, frame system, UI user interface design, frame. Okay, and input fields and buttons. Yeah, this all call this part of login window. These all login function. This is a part of your user interface design. Frame layer, frame system. So frame here code written, that is frame is equal to tk dot frame, that is part of root. Frame is what? Main important frame. Okay. Root, this is title, okay, application name. Zoomed means fully opened, as the main window is opened maximized. Okay, color, this is the color. Okay, width, height. Okay, root, main window label. This is label marriage registration application. Where you're seeing it is the label. Okay, that label code for this label. That total font is this 24, bold color background, foreground. Okay, colors. This is okay. So next, frame. As I told you that frame, here frame, tk is equal to frame. This frame is part of your root main window. Background color, frame color light blue, width, height. So many like that. This is the code related with the frame. Okay. The frame includes all the inputs, form inputs, input fields, all the fields, gender, education, caste, subcaste, salary, that all fields. So stores user input from these all fields, takes the user input and store in database. So this is called of your frame. These are all called of part of your frame. Okay, buttons. Buttons also part of your frame. And these buttons, what they does, they will connect with the user interface functions. So many functions we have written. Every function will be connected with one button. Whenever we click on one button, that related function will be executed. Login window. Initially, I have shown login window, which contains username, password, and slideshow. Okay, this is the main window. The main window has the main form and user design, user interface design, and slideshow. User frame has the buttons, and these are the labels, user interface form, login function. So next, so totally flow of app, how the app is being executed, how the app is executed, the flow is what? First of all, initially app starts. So login screen displayed in front of you. And whenever you have loaded, you have filled the user credentials, username, password, and your that user credentials will be checked. Slideshow runs, then main app opens. Whenever your credential you have entered properly, so main app opens. Then user can add profile, view profile, edit, search, delete. So this is the flow of app. Initially, what happens whenever you click on, so app starts, login screen displays in front of you, and user interface loaded first, then slideshow starts next. Then if you fill your user credentials, username, password, and whenever you click on login and your credentials are okay, then main form appears in front of you. Then user can do his activities, add profile, view profile, edit profile, search, delete. So next is what we can improvement this for this next day. Today is for next fifth day. I will do, see here, for every here, uh, only these fields are being updated. So here photo also to be changed. Suppose that if you want to change the photo, in place of this photo, one more photo they have sent a good photo for you. This photo, they requested you, sir, please change the photo. That moment, if you want to change this photo, so here change for photo option I will create. And whenever you have uploaded new photo, this old photo will be removed. And tomorrow's task, I will do that. And somewhat improvements, if I felt that if I somewhat improvements I need, surely I will keep my efforts within this. Okay. I want to suppose like, see some more improvements I will try to implement in this app. Tomorrow I will keep somewhat efforts, and then after I will create another project. It may be any game. I think in the old, I think 1 year back I have created a snake game. Snake game, one snake game I have created. I will show that again. I will create the snake game, banking app, and stock management. Like so many apps we can do. One website also will create with the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and that will be created in your computer, and it will be published in your computer, standalone computer, because you don't have a server. So we will try to create the website in our standalone computer, and that will be published inside of our computer as a our computer functions as a web server. And we will use the IP address. Okay. And there is no any DNS server. Okay. So DHCP server that will be used to provide the IP address automatically. DNS, it will convert the IP address to DNS, domain name service, domains. Okay, address resolution from IP to domain and domain to IP. So we will create one website with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, let us see. Like there's so many projects we need to create. As I told you that if you have knowledge over programming without creating the projects, your knowledge is incompleted knowledge. If you want to appear for if you want to appear for any interviews, surely you need to do a lot of projects. That is very important. Huh? Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. I hope that these classes will be so useful to you, and let us connect tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow Sunday. Surely tomorrow somewhat improvements I will do here somewhat improvements. Then I will move on next project.